Good afternoon, friends. This is in continuation to my earlier video regarding the categorization and whether the MU is entrusted to the land which we occupy, which is categorized as B3 as per the G.L.R, or are we category 3 lands? Now we'll continue from where I had left, that category 3 lands. Land in category 3 is private lands over which neither the government nor the cantonment authority possesses any right except for the purpose of what? The three things what the cantonment board does. One is the assessment, that is called the taxation, the enforcement of sanitary control, that is the health and everything of the building, of the cantonment, and the third is the building bylaws or the building safety laws. Now if you read rule 44 in continuation, what I have been telling about in my earlier video, is 44 says G.L.R Cantonment Board MU will supply extract of the same area along with BAZAR area. Now MU shall supply to the board an extract from the journal land registered prepared under rule 3 in respect to of lands in BAZAR area, the management which has been entrusted to or is vested in the board. Now the G.L.R is being parallelly maintained. Now let's read rule 45, maintenance of G.L.R, rule 10 by board for BAZAR area, rule 45 2 subpara 1 grants of any rights other than BAZAR area, 45 2 subpara 2 report all transfers other than BAZAR area, section 45 2 subpara 3 report all transfers under section 73 of Cantonment Act other than BAZAR area means what? Sale and transfers of properties in cantonment. Now if we read rule 45 3, executive officer shall forward to the MU a monthly statement showing, in addition to the information required by sub-rule 2, every transfer of right or interest in immovable property outside BAZAR registered under section 54, 59, 107, 123 of the TPA-ACT 1882 and which information has been received under subsection 2 of section 287 of Cantonment Act 1924 and report of every transfer of right or interest in immovable property outside BAZAR which has come to the knowledge but of which no report has been made to him. The said statement shall be accompanied by lease plan or relevant documents. Now here he is so clearly stating that a sale deed executed between a bungalow owner made under section 73 of the Cantonment Act, which is other than the BAZAR area, will be reported by the Cantonment Board. Now, what does section 287(2) Cantonment Act 1924 spell? The registrar or sub-registrar of the district or sub-district formed for the purpose of Registration Act 1908, in which any cantonment is situated, shall within any document relating to immovable property within the cantonment is registered, send information to the registration forthwith to the executive officer and the DO and or such other authority as the central government may prescribe in this behalf. So clearly, who is entrusted our lands? What are we? Are we B3? Are we category 3? Even if we are B3, were we to be managed by the MU? No. When we were in the BAZAR area prior to the notification of the BAZAR in 1937 CLA rules, Now talking of sale and purchase, again it says because we were category 3 lands, we could have easily executed our sale purchase. Who's to inform this? It's the board who has to inform this. So the conclusion here comes is that these rules say B3 and B4 lands and what the G.L.R is being prepared under 1929 or 1937, BAZAR area which came up after 1937 till 1943 for Ambala. So what are we looking up for? So that means there was a transfer of an old municipality of that cantonment, which I know about my cantonment in Ambala, that our municipality in the Ambala cantonment was formed in 1862. This is mentioned in one of the gazetteers. Till 1940, it was so-called Ambala Sadar Municipality or Cantonment Authority. We can say that the G.L.R was never made as per rules for category 3 lands. Now, do you know what the problem rises is that we people do not call ourselves category 3. We somehow try and say we are B3 lands. Now, what does the rules 1925 rule 5 says? Every 5th year, the Journal Land Register shall be rewritten so as to include all changes in the rights or interest in lands which have been recorded in the register of mutation, and fresh register of mutation shall be opened simultaneously. Note, these points as per CLA Rule 6, 1925 speak, lands in a cantonment must fall in either of the 3 main categories. Now, Rule 6.1 is vested in majesty, called Class A and B lands. Land under Rule 6.2 is vested in the Cantonment Authority, Class C lands. And lands which fall into neither of the first 2 categories are category 3 lands. So friends, the second most important point is here the word presumption. So this is rebuttable. It is a presumption which is being taken on, and this is how we've been categorized. Maybe the position of the document of grant before 1899 or 1912 code or regarding the GGO applicability is concerned, it clearly says it needs to be notified for your and my cantonment exclusively. So we bungalow owners, what do we have in our hands? What I have been insisting for so long, we have our registries under the TPA-ACT. Now, most of the courts say because Grant Act is applicable, so Transfer of Properties Act is not applicable. So very clearly, if you see, we were freehold properties all along. Since 1765 or 1795 Governor General orders, we were never converted into new grants. We were kept as old grants because the surveys did not happen in us. That is why the Britishers kept categorizing us till 1937 in category 3 lands. But the G.L.R has not been prepared correctly, and we people are siphoned off of our uneducation. Nobody has dug into all this till date. I once again say, please note these 2 videos which are very important. This was a discussion held with Mr. Wahal and Mr. Indu Rakhya on telephone way back in 2009-10. I noted these points, then we vetted these points once again after their opinions, and this is how I made a small brief. Thank you. Good day.